Hey everyone, welcome back to Cineverse Countdown, where we rank the best, worst, and weirdest in the world of movies. Today, we're talking about the bad guys we love to hate, or just plain hate. That's right, it's the top 10 most memorable movie villains of all time. Grab your popcorn, maybe a friend to hold on to, because some of these villains might make you want to sleep with the lights on tonight. Let's kick things off with a monster that doesn't even need a face to be terrifying. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have the xenomorph from Alien. This extraterrestrial nightmare is proof that you don't need complex motives to be a terrifying villain. You just need acid for blood, double jaws, and the ability to turn every quiet moment into a heart-pounding, sweaty pond experience. The xenomorph doesn't want your money, your soul, or world domination. It just wants to eat you. And if that's not enough, it somehow makes vending systems even scarier. Did anyone else think twice before going into their basement after watching this? Just me? Cool. It's the ultimate predator, sleek, stealthy, and disturbingly organic. Every time that slimy thing appeared on screen, my heart rate spiked. Talk about a villain with zero dialogue, yet 100% terror. Coming in at number 9 is the human embodiment of unsettling, Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. This is the guy who makes you reconsider ever flipping a coin again. Javier Bardem's portrayal of this dead-eyed psychopath will forever haunt gas stations across America. Chigurh isn't just a villain, he's a force of nature. His calm, emotionless demeanor makes him feel less like a man and more like an inevitable consequence. You cross paths with him, and your fate is a coin toss. Literally, it's his unpredictability that makes him so terrifying. Whether he's philosophizing about chance or just staring you down, you never quite know when he's going to pull that trigger. And that hair, I mean, seriously, what's scarier? His dead eyes or that bowl cut? At number 8, we have a villain who doesn't need a weapon to do damage, just a clipboard, a strict schedule, and a cold, unflinching stare. Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is here to ruin your day, and possibly your entire mental health. She's the type of villain who thrives on control. She doesn't need brute force, she's the master of psychological manipulation. What makes her so terrifying is how real she feels. She's that boss, that authority figure, who just enjoys having power over you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Let's be real. Ratched could probably put Darth Vader in his place with just a disappointed look and a sternly worded memo. If there's one thing scarier than a villain with a weapon, it's one with unchecked authority and a twisted sense of order. Moving on to number 7. Hans Landa, also known as the Jew Hunter, from Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds. Played by Christoph Waltz, Landa is the definition of charmingly evil. He's got the manners of a diplomat but the heart of a monster. It's that smile. That smile tells you that no matter how pleasant he seems, he's 2 steps ahead, and you're already caught in his trap. And let's not forget the way he flips from friendly conversation to cold-blooded murder without missing a beat. Hans Landa is a master manipulator, using wit and intelligence as his weapons of choice. He's the kind of villain that makes you nervous even when he's being polite. Because you know the second he stops smiling, someone's about to meet a very unfortunate end. You didn't think we'd forget He Who Must Not Be Named, did you? At number 6, it's Voldemort from the Harry Potter series. I mean, the guy split his soul into 7 pieces. That's commitment to villainy. Voldemort is the kind of villain who checks all the classic evil boxes. Disfigured face? Check. Evil army of followers? Check. Personal vendetta against a kid? Oh yeah, check. But what makes him stand out is his obsessive need for power and immortality. He's not just trying to rule the world, he's trying to rewrite death itself. There is no good and evil, only power. I mean, he's got a point, but I'm still rooting for Harry. And let's not ignore his flair for the dramatic. You've got to appreciate a villain who can deliver a death curse with such theatrical flair. Plus, the guy was so evil, his name itself became a taboo. When your name literally strikes fear into people, you've made it. Alright, we're halfway through the list, and we've already faced aliens, cold-hearted nurses, and a dark wizard with no nose. But trust me, the villains ahead are even worse. Stick around, because we're about to dive into some of the most twisted minds cinema has ever given us. At number 5, we're entering the world of nightmares. Quite literally, Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street is the villain who taught us that even sleep isn't safe. This guy doesn't just kill you, he messes with your mind first. Freddy isn't your typical slasher villain. He's got charisma, he's got style, he's got a twisted sense of humor. And, oh yeah, he can manipulate reality while you sleep. What makes him so terrifying is that you can't run from him. He's in your head, literally. The scariest part? You can't fight sleep forever. At some point, you're gonna doze off, and when you do, Freddy's waiting. Plus, he has one of the most iconic looks in horror history. That burnt skin, striped sweater, and that glove with knives. He's like a twisted children's entertainer, except, he'll kill you. Sliding into number 4 is the most sophisticated villain on our list, Dr. Hannibal Lecter. He's cultured, he's articulate, and oh yeah, he's a cannibal. Played to chilling perfection by Anthony Hopkins, Lecter is the kind of villain who can get inside your head, while thinking about what part of your body he'd like to have for dinner. Hannibal Lecter doesn't need to chase you down with a knife. He'll sit there, behind glass, and make you feel like prey with just a few well-chosen words. The beauty of his villainy is in his intellect. He's not a mindless killer, he's a genius with a taste for human flesh. It's that mix of refinement and savagery that makes Lecter so unsettling. He can tell you the best wine pairing for your liver right before he cooks it up. And let's be real, he's got some of the best dialogue in movie villain history. At number 3, we've got the clown prince of crime himself, the Joker. But not just any Joker, Heath Ledger's version from The Dark Knight. If chaos had a face, it would look exactly like this. He's unpredictable, nihilistic, and just wants to watch the world burn. What makes Ledger's Joker stand out isn't just the face paint or the creepy laugh, it's his philosophy. He's not in it for the money or the power. He's a villain who thrives on chaos and anarchy. He's a walking, talking middle finger to order and structure. He's a villain who doesn't play by the rules, and that makes him all the more terrifying. There's no negotiating, no reasoning with him. He'll blow up a hospital just because he can. And let's be honest, Ledger's performance elevated the Joker to a whole new level of iconic status. One of the most quotable villains ever, hands down. You knew he was coming. Our number 2 spot goes to the Dark Lord of the Sith himself, Darth Vader. Is there a more iconic villain entrance than that first moment in A New Hope when Vader steps through the smoke? Instant chills. Vader is the classic villain for so many reasons. The mask, the voice, the theme music, seriously, just hearing the Imperial March is enough to make anyone nervous. But what makes him so memorable is that he's more than just a black-cloaked enforcer. He's a tragic character, a villain with a past. Sure, he's terrifying when he's forced choking his way through the galaxy, but deep down, there's that glimmer of redemption. He's got that perfect blend of menace and depth, and let's not forget, the guy is half cyborg. Half man, half machine, all villains. Plus, he's got one of the most quoted lines in cinema history, "I am your father." Even people who've never seen Star Wars know that line. That's how you know you've made it as a villain. And finally, we've arrived at number 1, the original Mama's Boy Gone Bad, Norman Bates from Psycho. Now, you might be thinking, really? Number 1? But hear me out. Norman Bates didn't just scare audiences, he shocked them. He's the first villain to truly mess with our heads. Here's what makes Norman so unforgettable. He's a seemingly normal guy. The boy next door type. You don't expect him to be the one committing the murders, let alone dressed as his dead mother while doing it. And then there's the twist ending that cemented Psycho as one of the greatest horror movies ever. Norman Bates wasn't just a villain, he was a revelation in cinema. A game changer. It's not just about the murders, it's the psychology behind them. The repressed guilt, the split personality, the creepy bond with his mother. Norman Bates took villainy to a whole new level, and his influence can be seen in countless films since. Plus, let's not forget that Psycho made taking a shower a terrifying experience for an entire generation. Now that's power. And there you have it. Our countdown of the most memorable movie villains of all time. From outer space terrors to disturbed masterminds, these characters have kept us on the edge of our seats and hiding behind our popcorn for decades. Which villain gave you nightmares? Did we miss any of your favorites? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the countdown. Until next time, stay safe out there, and maybe leave the lights on tonight. Thanks for watching Cineverse Countdown. where the villains are memorable, but the fun never dies.